was so hot.
We have to go back, see what we can salvage.
It's too late. The authorities showed up. I barely got away.
If the authority found the archive, then we've lost it. Forever. We're never getting back in there again.
This is all my fault.
How is it your fault?
We shouldn't have told so many people.
Bodhi.
Anybody could have accidentally knocked over a lamp or overloaded some of the equipment in there. It wouldn't have taken much for it to spread. All those books and papers. We should have kept it a secret. Protected what we had.
We discussed this. Sharing the archive was the right thing to do. What happened to your arm?
It's nothing.
It's a bad burn.
I'll be fine.
It could get infected.
It's not infected.
No, we're getting this checked out. Come on.
Stop.
Are you afraid of medics?
Am I afraid? What, do I look afraid? Look, whatever, I'm not afraid, okay? But if they call a medic, they could report me, and then what? If the authority put two and two together?
There must be someone in Reform Sector you can trust. You're getting that arm looked at, and that's not up for debate.
Okay. I think I know somewhere I can go.
You mean where we can go? I'm coming with you.
You're lucky it's not infected.
Will he fully heal?
You'll be left with some mild scarring.
Has anyone heard anything about Max? Lots of people were detained and eventually released after the riots. But he's still missing.
I'm sorry, son. I wish I had some good news for you.
I should check in with Authority Taggart. He's got to know something by now.
Let me offer you some advice, Bodhi. Don't go approaching any authority figures right now.
But Authority Taggart's been Mags' liaison for years. He's like a father to him.
I know how Taggart feels about Mags, but whatever relationship you thought you had has changed. The streets are deserted. Most are staying indoors for fear of being arrested. The fact that you're here getting treated tells me you're in some kind of trouble that I don't want to know about, let alone Authority Taggart.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate you treating me.
Thank you. What was that? Hey, show us again. No. Rude.
Good afternoon, candidates. Lunch will be served in the cafeteria for the next hour.
I thought you'd be rehearsing.
What's the point?
Brooke, you can't just give up.
Why not? What difference does it make? In the end, I have no control. It's out of my hands.
Not necessarily.
Leah, I'm dissonant. That means they get to choose for me. My career, my future. I could spend the rest of my life working in the mines.
They'd never transfer an exemplar candidate into mining.
You don't know that.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't dare transfer an exemplar champion. The public wouldn't stand for that.
So what, I'm supposed to compete for my life?
I need to tell you something. The archive's gone.
What do you mean, gone?
There was a fire inside. The authority were on the scene. We're never getting back in there.
Of course it's gone. Nothing lasts forever, right?
Brooke.
The materials we were able to salvage from the fire-damaged structure ranged from books to musical instruments, all dating back hundreds of years.
Why would someone do that? Build this structure, collect these items?
To protect the past.
I'm sure that at that point in history, civilization was already on its last legs. Someone foresaw the end and tried to save as much as they could. Music, records, art.
The fact that this repository was sitting within steps of New Babel all along could be disastrous.
No, just the opposite. This is a rare and wonderful opportunity for us to learn from the past.
I think it really depends on who's learning. History has shown us that knowledge can be a terrible weapon in the wrong hands, which is why it must be tightly controlled.
Speaking of which, Pfizer believes the repository has been accessed by some of our citizens over recent weeks.
Given the contents found and the recent events here in New Babel, I suspect some of this year's exemplar candidates may have been influenced by these cultural artifacts.
Finder, do you have something more concrete than a theory to share with us?
Not yet. But when I do, Gerald, you'll be the first to know.
Apollo.
Apollo!
Apollo, hey.
You're back! What's
How you
going
doing,
on?
man?
How are you?
When did you get
went
out?
to the
What did-
doctor?
Doctor
Were you
said
really at the
Guys,
riot?
please
Are you
slow
able
down.
to compete? What did the doctor say? Poor guy, how are you feeling?
I can't hear you.
That's so scary.
Can't hear us.
How was the hospital?
I'm deaf!
What do you mean?
My ears, they were damaged.
It's not permanent, is it? You'll get better, right?
According to the doctor, no. I won't. My life is just different now, and I'm gonna need to adjust to that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can hear us a little, right?
I can understand what you're saying because of this. Everything you say, this device automatically translates for me. Nada, say something to me.
I'm glad you're okay.
Apollo, I've always thought that you were so cute. I'm so glad that it was just your ears that were injured and not your face.
Apollo! Welcome back.
Where's Tempo?
We've got a lot to talk about.
Straight out the projects, no faking, just honest. I wish that he had more guidance for real. Too many brothers in cycle of jail, spending their birthdays inside of a cell. We coming from a long bloodline of trauma. We raised by our mama, Lord, we gotta heal. We hurting our sisters, they babies as well. We killing our brothers, they poisoned the well. Distorted self-image. Distorted self-image. Distorted self-image.
B, who cares if you forget someone else's lyrics? Just freestyle.
It's not that simple, right? These bars, I just can't lose them.
I just started learning so much about the combat sequences of capoeira.
Change is the only constant.
What?
I read a quote in the archive. Change is the only constant. I'm living proof of that.
Wait, I get it. We can't stay focused on what we've lost. What we didn't get a chance to experience doesn't matter now. All that matters is that we were inspired by what we saw and heard in the archive. Sage, you learned the foundational moves of capoeira. And now we've got to do our best to preserve that history, if we can.
You're right. I mean, everybody we love listening to in the archive? Kendrick, Nas, J. Cole, KRS, Tribe. They all had one thing in common. They were MCs who spoke out. They never held their tongue about injustice. And if I want to preserve that message, I gotta use this platform to do the same. We all do.
No, you don't get it. Music is different. Okay, you can write your own rhymes, but capoeira isn't freestyle like that. If I'm not doing the moves the way the originators taught them, then it isn't true capoeira.
So what is true capoeira? The golden era of hip-hop is different from the trap era, but they're both still hip-hop.
All I'm saying is nothing survived the archive but our memories. And I'm not sure that that's enough.
Well, something may have survived. I took a turntable from the archive. I mean, it's not working right now, but but I'm tinkering with it, and...
Yo, man, don't play in my emotions, man.
Come on. You guys didn't take anything from the archive?
I think Brooklyn took a record. I took some books and some albums, too, and Aaliyah took a children's book.
What? I found it the first time we were there. When I opened it, I knew I'd read it before. As a child. With my mother.
You think your mother brought you to the archive?
I don't know. I was hoping something in there would confirm it. But now I feel like I've lost her all over again. Now that the archive's gone.
Look, I know we've all lost a lot. But there's still the potential to discover so much more, right? I mean, there might be a whole other world out there beyond the shield. With more music and books and...
Maybe.
But you said you saw beyond the shield. People, a city.
I know what I said. But... I wonder if I just saw what I wanted to see. And imagined the whole thing. I don't know anymore.
Bodhi! Why weren't you in attendance at this morning's rehearsal?
I forgot.
I will remind you that competing in the exemplar is a privilege, and you've shown nothing but disinterest for the past few days. I strongly suggest you take this seriously.
I'm taking all of this very, very seriously.
Are you?
Bodhi. You should head to practice. Now.
What do you think you're doing?
Diffusing a tense situation.
By undermining me in front of my student.
You've had one too many run-ins with the candidates already. Keep this up and you'll lose control of this entire competition. Is that what you want?
Gentlemen. I require a private room and the undivided attention of everyone here.
Attention exemplar contestants. You are all to report to the assembly hall immediately.
Put on the shelf with the others. And no guarantee of delivery date.
I'm actually looking for something.
Can't help you. You're gonna have to make an appointment with my secretary.
Where's your secretary?
Out the door to the left.
You mean the old man selling scarves? He just packed up his stall and went home.
Come on, man. How am I expected to maintain a sense of profession? Whoa, wait. I've seen you before. The exemplar.
Yeah. I'm here because...
Oh, no, wait, don't tell me. Sierra. Nada. No. Sierra.
Brooklyn.
No, that's not it.
It's my name, I should know.
Oh, okay, right. Brooklyn. Oh, what can I do for you?
I need to play this.
Look, I would love to toss this around with you, but as you can see, I got a lot of work here that I got to do, so maybe there's some kids around. You can just take this out.
This isn't a toy.
And what is it?
It has music on it. I need you to get me a device so I can play it.
There's music on that.
Yes, it's from before the Great Flash.
Oh.
I thought you could get anything in Reform. You're telling me you don't have a device to play this?
No, but I can take it off your hands for a fair price. I also deal in antiquities, so.
Forget it.
Okay, wait. Wait, just. Why do you want to play it so badly?
Because this song means a lot to me. And a girl I know.
So you played it once before, why can't you just play it again?
That isn't an option anymore.
Well, can't you two just find a new song?
No. We're not together anymore.
But, hey, Look, you never know what the future holds, right? I mean, she could come back around, you guys can get back together, you don't know.
No, you don't get it. I'm dissonant. Oh, what the rot, I'm out.
Wait. Okay, just look. Please, have a seat. Just wait right there, I'll be right back, okay? Let me see what I can do. Just wait there, I'll be back. Don't think about touching those crumb cakes, I counted them, all right? There's 5. 5 crumb cakes. Don't touch them.
You can go. Bodhi, too.
Our meetings are becoming quite regular. What do you make of that?
You enjoy my company?
Have a seat. There was a fire yesterday in the restricted zone just outside the city. It damaged an underground structure that we didn't even know existed.
So what does that have to do with me?
Have you ever been outside the city limits?
I don't go anywhere. I'm not supposed to.
Well, I admire your renewed commitment to New Babel's laws.
Look, am I a suspect?
Everybody at this academy is a suspect. But you are especially suspect given your past transgressions and unwillingness to cooperate.
Right. So what happened to all that reform rhetoric about fresh starts and not being defined by the past, huh?
There's an old saying. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire, something burns. Bodhi! I haven't dismissed you yet.
In the wise words of our great founder, Gaia, be mindful, be aware, be vigilant. Reporting suspicious activity is your duty, for state, for community, for all.
Tempo.
Enter chapter. What are you doing here?
I want you to come back to start practicing for your performance.
I what?
The Academy has reconsidered your expulsion. We've decided to allow you back into the Exemplar. I came to personally escort you back.
I'm back in, just like that.
Of course, you'll adhere to a zero-tolerance policy on misconduct.
Of course. Understood. What made you all change your mind?
We can't afford to lose 2 candidates at this point in the competition. Bodhi was arrested for seditious activities.
Seditious activities? What did he do?
He's suspected of setting a fire in a restricted area outside the bounds of the city.
All right, what did I miss?
2 customers came by to pick up their orders. Miles 3 couldn't cover the full cost, so I gave him 2 days, and he'll owe 5 points on the vig.
5? He can't afford that.
He better be back in 2 days, then.
You bad!
Oh, and your mom dropped off your lunch, and she cut the crusts off your sandwich. Oh.
I have allergies, so... Anyways, come on, let's go.
Where are we going?
To meet someone.
Come in. Tempo. What are you doing here? Did anyone see you sneak in?
I didn't need to sneak in. I'm back in the Exemplar.
How is that possible? You were expelled.
Mentors changed their minds.
That's amazing.
Because of what happened to Bodhi.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have come to see you. This was a bad idea.
Oh, no. They invited you back. I'm sorry, I should be happy for you. It's just, today's been crazy. I've been trying to find out details on what happened to Bodhi, but Mentor Watts isn't talking, and I can't find Mentor Chapter anywhere.
They've tied him to the archive.
No, that's not right. We're all just as guilty as him.
Mentor Chapter said Phaedra thinks Bodhi was trying to destroy the evidence to cover his tracks.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Bodhi loved the archive as much, if not more, than any of us.
I know.
He'd never do anything to damage it. This isn't right. We have to do something. Get everyone together.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
I set the fire. Everything was so great before you found the archive, and I guess I thought if it was gone, things would go back to the way they were. I wasn't thinking straight. I was just kicked out of the Exemplar, and after losing you to Bodhi,
Losing me to Bodhi? I'm nobody's to lose, and don't you dare use me as an excuse for what you did!
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to be honest with you about what happened and why. The night I got kicked out, I saw you with him. I wish I could take it back.
You got what you wanted. You punished Bodhi, and best of all, you got to hurt me and took everything I had connecting my mom away from me.
Leah, I swear I didn't.
No, Temple, you can't fix this! Just get out! Get out! Get away from me!
In the wise words of Gaia, there is no greater love than the love for one's community.
If you're looking for Brooklyn, she said something about going to the reform market.
Thanks.
Gerald? What are you doing in my home?
As a tribunal member, I have the legal right to access any premises or detain any individual I deem suspicious.
Suspicious?
I was looking over your confidential files, or should I say, Mentor Chapter's confidential files.
Excuse me?
How did you manage to replicate his features? Has technology really advanced to the point where you can assume anyone's physical appearance?
Clearly you're not thinking straight. Now I think you should get out of my home before I contact the authority.
Please call, be my guest. I'm sure they'd be interested. And maybe they can explain how a birthmark just below your left ear. The Mentor Chapter had removed 6 years ago has miraculously returned.
There's an explanation.
I'm not a fan of dancing, so whoever you are, just stop. I've already searched the premises. Want to explain why you have a sonic disruptor hidden away in your home?
She said you were smart. that you would figure it out. We actually bet on it. Guess she was right.
Who's she?
Your wife. Anna. She says hello.
Attention citizens, sector rations have gone into effect. Please be mindful of your consumption, and storehouses are low, and your fellow citizens are working hard to restock.
Stop there. What are you doing in this sector?
I'm looking for my friend.
Who exactly?
She came by shopping.
You and your friend do realize that this is a bad time for you to be out, right?
Stop bothering her.
Mind your business, or I'll take you both in.
Good. Then you can tell Tribunal Gerald that you've arrested his daughter, the exemplar candidate. Or you could go back to helping your friends help clean up our neighborhood like you're supposed to be doing.
Thank you, Miss Vega.
She's right, though. I mean, the market isn't in a good place these days for visitors. You should be back at the academy, rehearsing for tomorrow's performance.
I needed to do something first. But I came by because I heard my friend Brooklyn, maybe in the neighborhood.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen her.
What's going on?
They're calling out the names of friends and family members who disappeared during the riots. My heart breaks for them. Those black scars have become a symbol for their protests.
You're not scared of the authority?
If we don't stand up for each other, who will stand up for us?
Hey, Sid. Hey, Apollo.
What are you doing here?
I'm back in the competition. They needed a replacement for Bodhi.
Yeah, I heard he got arrested by the authority, but nobody knows why. Look, I know it doesn't feel right, but neither did kicking you out in the first place. You deserve to be here.
I don't know.
Well, I do know. My journey might be over, but mentors have asked me to stay on, help train the other candidates.
No, you can't just give up.
Thanks, but it's easy to say when you can still hear perfectly.
You're right, but I also know you don't need to hear an instrument to play it.
Maybe in some cases. But I've always just felt my way through my performances. You know, played by ear. I'm no good at reading music.
Well, it's never too late to learn. I'll help you.
I've tried to play the traditional way, but it's not me. And just because I can do it doesn't mean that I'll be any good at it.
Come here. Play something. Anything in your head. Okay, now keep your hands still on the drum while I play.
Just so you know, I'm no stranger to heartache. Can I give you some advice?
No.
Okay. Hello, Reggit?
Authority Taggart?
Whoa, what's going on? I didn't do anything wrong.
Didn't you?
You're scaring the poor girl.
Oh, I'm not the authority here.
What's going on?
Reggit here thought you might need my help.
With what?
I also know what it means to be labeled as different in a society that's all about equality.
You're dissonant?
I don't like that term, but to answer your question, yes, technically I am. And so are many other people who still manage to live their lives in spite of their condition. Would you like to meet some of them?
Where are we?
A few people, inspired by your group's performance at the Exemplar, started organizing these gatherings. It's a place where certain citizens can celebrate how they feel about themselves and others like them.
This is a place for dissidents to party?
This is a safe space of non-judgment. And every piece of art you'll see, all the music and the food, was all made by people like you and me.
And the authority is just okay with all of this?
Of course. I helped them set it up.
But you're the ones who label people in the first place.
Technically, it's the tribunal who create the laws that label people. As authority, we're bound to enforce those laws. And though they may not seem fair to you, the truth is New Babel's resources are limited. So it looks to control the possibility of parents passing genetic abnormalities down to their kids.
By sending people to work in the mines.
By transferring them to where they can make the greatest contribution and do the most good. Many actually end up as creche guardians, raising children whose parents are unable or unwilling to commit. We have the privilege and the burden of being the last of humanity. Everyone must have a purpose. You're one of the lucky ones, Exemplar Brooklyn. Your purpose is to inspire. And as I'm sure you can see from this place, you've done just that. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
I can still continue in this competition. And win it.
Well, take it easy, Sips. You still gotta be me.
Oh. What's on your mind? I've known you long enough to know when you're holding on to something.
I did something I wish I could take back. But I can't.
Leo will come around.
Not this time.
This is how it is with you guys all the time. You do something dumb, she gets mad, you guys just make up.
It's not just Aaliyah. It's Bodhi.
Give Aaliyah time. Whatever her and Bodhi might have had, it's over now.
No, you don't get it. Bodhi's gone because of me.
We don't know why Bodhi's gone.
He was arrested for accessing and setting fire to the archive. Whatever was burned is with the authority now.
That doesn't make any sense. Bodhi loved that place. Why would he do that?
He didn't. I did.
You burnt the archive?
I'm sorry. I know how much it meant to you, but I just wanted to get things back to the way they were before any of us ever entered that place.
It's a heavy load to carry, Sid.
Why are you so calm? Don't you get it? I'm back in this competition because Bodhi's taking the blame for something I did.
I get it. The question is, what are you gonna do about it?
What can I do? The archive's gone.
I'm not talking about the archive.
Phaedra, what's the situation?
As reported, under control. The site has been secured, the general public is none the wiser.
What happened?
It was in the report.
I'd like to hear it from you.
One of my guards discovered this hidden bunker during a routine ground search. While investigating, he must have unwittingly triggered some ancient equipment. Faulty wiring and combustible materials resulted in a devastating fire.
Clumsy. I'd like to question this individual.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
It's not for you to tell me what's possible. Need I remind you that you, Diara, and the rest of the tribunal serve at the pleasure of New Carthage? I'll decide whether or not I can question this guard.
You didn't let me finish. It won't be possible because he died in the fire. Shall I exhume the corpse for interrogation?
Besides your guards, does anyone else have access to this place?
No one.
You sure?
Why would I lie, sir?
All right. We're going to do a sweep of the structure. See if there's anything worth salvaging.
All salvageable materials have already been loaded onto the trucks, sir.
Well then, it won't hurt to be sure. And Officer Fowler, do me a favor. Stay out of our way.
Get out of my way.
You can't leave.
I'm warning you.
What was that? That dance?
Capoeira. It's an Afro-Brazilian martial art that combines elements of dance, acrobatics, and music. And you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Not yet. We want to learn. Teach us.
You say that a lot, you know.
Sage, please. After what happened to you during the riots...
You weren't there. Okay, don't act like you understand.
You're right, I wasn't. But we still want to be able to protect ourselves. It could happen to any of us. Please, teach us.
Come in.
There's someone here claiming to have information pertaining to the fire in the restricted area.
Show them in. Please, have a seat. And who else knows about this repository?
Just me. And Bodhi, we made a promise to keep it a secret between the two of us.
No one else.
Just me and Bodhi. We influence the performance of the other candidates, but they have no idea where the inspiration came from.
And how much of this story have you told to anyone else?
I haven't told anyone anything. Once I heard about Bodhi, I came here to set it straight.
All right, you can go.
What do you mean? That's it?
Yes, you can go.
Aren't you gonna arrest me?
We already have someone in custody. There's no need to make it two.
I said I'm the guilty party.
Thank you for your time, Tempo.
What about Bodhi?
Your candor is respectable, young man, so let me be equally blunt with you. Bodhi will not be released, and there's nothing you can say or do to change that. On the other hand, what you or any of your fellow candidates say or do moving forward could affect your freedom. If you want to protect your friends, especially Aaliyah 5, you will forget we had this conversation. You will forget all about this archive because while I'm willing to look the other way, there are others in power who are far less forgiving.